Welcome to the Deep Dive. We're your shortcut to getting well-informed really fast. Today, we're jumping into China's online market. It's just huge, evolves incredibly quickly, and has some really unique aspects. Our goal here is to give you the essentials on the latest digital marketing trends and how consumer behavior is shifting in this absolutely key market.
Key is right. And it's key on a global scale, really. Think about this. China accounts for something like 50%, half of the entire global social commerce market.
50%? Wow.
Yeah, half of everything sold via social platforms worldwide. It's not just the size, it means, a lot of the big new ideas in e-commerce, they're probably going to come from here first.
Right, so it's a trendsetter.
Definitely. And for you listening, it really hammers home why mobile first isn't just a buzzword there. It's basically the only way to operate with, over 1 billion mobile internet users?
1 billion. Okay, so let's unpack some of the biggest trends then. You mentioned social commerce exploding. The numbers are staggering, projected to hit like $8.5 trillion by 2033.
Mind-boggling numbers. But what's really interesting within that is a strategic shift we're seeing. Take Douyin, for example. Things like shelf-based shopping, just buying from standard product listings on the platform, and merchants doing their own broadcasts.
Instead of just big influencers.
Exactly. Those methods are now apparently driving more GMV, more total sales value than the big influencer live streams we hear so much about.
So what's driving that? Is it about platforms wanting more control, or how does this change things for brands trying to engage directly?
Well, it's a pretty fundamental evolution, I think. The platforms are empowering merchants more, giving them the tools, the incentives. Douyin, for instance, is really pushing subsidies for that shelf-based e-commerce model.
Okay.
So for you, it means, influencer marketing still has its place, but you absolutely need to invest in your own live streaming game and make sure your official store is top-notch. It's becoming critical for long-term sales.
Right, building your own channel directly. And speaking of doing things efficiently, AI is making waves too, isn't it? Mm-hmm. What's interesting is how these new, cheaper domestic AI models, like DeepSeek AI, are sparking a price war.
Precisely. And that's huge because it democratizes things. Suddenly, really advanced AI tools are becoming affordable for, almost everyone, smaller businesses too.
So it levels the playing field a bit.
It could, yeah. It means if you're not looking at integrating AI now for content, for customer service, whatever, you're not just missing out on an edge, you might actually fall behind pretty quickly.
Got it. Okay, now something that surprised me in the research, this idea that traditional media isn't dead yet. The ROI figures for TV and print seem, really strong compared to even search ads. Linear TV at $1.83 return, print at $2.20 versus search at $1.43. How does that work?
Yeah, it definitely challenges the common narrative, doesn't it? But if you connect it to the bigger picture, it just highlights that the best strategy often isn't just digital or just traditional.
It's a mix.
It's usually a balanced mix. Integrating different channels, old and new, seems to be key for getting the best overall return. It's not either.
Makes sense. Okay, so that's where to reach people. But who are we reaching? Let's talk about the consumers themselves.
Right.
We're seeing this shift towards, more cautious spending, people being more value-oriented, purpose-driven, like 47% saying they only buy what they know they'll use.
Right, a bit more thoughtful consumption. But at the same time, there's this huge accelerating demand for convenience. Something like 66%, 2/3 are willing to pay more for convenience. And that's fueling this instant retail boom, groceries, essentials delivered super fast. That's projected to hit over 2 trillion yuan soon.
Wow. So value conscious, but also convenience hungry. That's an interesting mix. And how does this break down by generation? Let's talk Gen Z first.
Okay, Gen Z, lower incomes generally, but they really prioritize emotional fulfillment, unique stuff, things that resonate with them personally. And interestingly, they're quite optimistic. They actually say they're willing to spend more to improve their quality of life.
Okay. And then the other big story is the silver economy, right? Older consumers.
Oh, absolutely. This is the fastest growing group online. Huge numbers, 329 million users. And it's projected to be like 10% of China's entire GDP by 2035.
Massive. But here's the twist I found fascinating. Over half of their online buys are influenced or even done by younger family members.
Exactly. So if you're targeting seniors, you might actually need a strategy that speaks to their kids or grandkids too.
It really shows how interconnected family is in that culture, even when it comes to clicking buy now.
That complexity carries over into the whole operating environment, doesn't it? The regulatory side. It's famously complex, always changing. Especially around data security, you've got laws like PIPL, the Personal Information Protection Law.
And that can affect businesses even outside China, right? If they handle Chinese user data.
Yes, it has that extraterritorial reach. Plus, you have ongoing issues around content censorship. It's a lot to navigate.
So bottom line for businesses trying to operate there.
Cultural localization is non-negotiable, and meticulous compliance with all these rules, it's paramount. Ignoring it is just, well, asking for trouble, especially with new laws and hefty penalties. It's not just box ticking, it's about deeply understanding the local context.
Okay, so to wrap this up, what's the final thought we should leave people with?
I think it's that the Chinese online market isn't just big, it's incredibly dynamic, it's constantly reinventing itself. Success, there isn't a one-off entry, it's more like a continuous dance.
A dance.
Yeah, like you have to constantly adapt to the super fast tech changes, really get the unique psychology of different generations, and carefully navigate that complex regulatory maze.
So it's a market where change is really the only constant. And staying curious, always learning, that's your biggest